Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have an Otto and Sherrick Farms public match for you. Just seeing an overview of that. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. So, we start off the round here. It's a 150-man server right now. Officers, you got MM Festus, Non-Seeing, Grape, Shots Fired, and for your artillery, Raven. For Union, you got Noodle, Brit, Drywall, and Karaman. Imbalance is 2 in favor of Union. Artillery is a 1-man imbalance, so basically perfect in balance for now. So, interesting start for the Union. One company appears to have just straight out charged the house, which you don't really see too much anymore because flag bearers can't spawn men in the house. And a Union strategy used to be to just charge this house, take inside the house, and CSA can't really push you out because there's only 3 or so ways to get into the house, and obviously they're very scrunched, they're very tight, you can't really break through. But you have most of the team sitting back unlike that company, which is very fascinating. So it is October 15th, a Tuesday at about 6:40 p.m. Eastern time. So server pop will rise throughout the round as we get later into the night. But as I say, it's always nice to watch a smaller pop server, 150 man, see what it was like more historically versus the large 250, 300, 350 servers, player servers that we get today. So, Otto and Sherrick, it's pretty simple in terms of its strategy. CSA, point of contention's here. They hold a little further back in kind of this line here as it's a nice defensive spot. They obviously have the house with the woods here. You also have a little hill you can defend on this front. And lately, Union have historically, like I mentioned, they charge the house, but they also push up the right side here. But CSA has been stopping that more and more and more, which is why you see Union starting to go off to this far left side. Now, it's pretty open. Most of the map trying to charge across for Union is open, but the thing is CSA does have some cover. They're using the bushes and the shadows and trees over there, which is good, but we can see that tickets are greatly in Union's favor, so far this seems to be working, or maybe that one company that charged for knocked down the tickets. Don't necessarily know, but for now, Union isn't really able to charge in. There for now, just holding a little further back, and it looks like Drywall is going to take his guys back. So I'm surprised how fast CSA is dropping in tickets. That's the one nice thing about these smaller size servers, is ticket scale. So on a smaller pop server, tickets are worth more per death, which means shooting is much more viable, because in a higher pop server, when tickets don't mean anything, shooting your opponent down won't do much, especially when they can spawn right back in. So flag spawn 5 seconds instead of 10, so big changes. But Union, though, kind of in the center. Brit's holding back, shooting from far away. You got Noodle doing the same. This is kind of surprising from Union. I'm surprised we don't see him push up to that stone wall, which is a very iconic Union position on this map, or even try to push up the right side. Obviously, this being a public match, it's not like the officers can really communicate with each other, but it's still surprising that they're playing this so conservative.
Unless it's on fire, then
Got some CSA on top of the little house here. Always funny to look at that. They all got shoes too. Something you also don't see that often from a CSA soldier in this game. So you have some Union arty shots hitting in here. It looks like one of those flags is falling back. Maybe they're going to get more. I don't know if Union infantry is really destroying them, but they're doing enough damage alongside artillery to push them back.
That's how I know Jesus loves me.
So maybe we'll see the Union on this side push up. Union's playing this really conservatively.
Oh shit, what's our flag doing there? He had no on.
Because normally if Union wants to shoot out, like I said, they're on that stone wall, or they're up there where this company is at. And the CSA team has completely fallen off this Union left side. Noodle's pushing forward. He doesn't have a lot of guys, though. And I don't know how CSA tickets are dropping so fast, but you know, Union's going to take advantage and start pushing forward. They're not pushing forward still. Now they are. So even though they can't chat in like a Steam chat or whatever, they have text chat and they can obviously talk in game.
Hey man, I'm a fucking friendly. The fuck are you doing? I think I got one. No, I didn't.
So Noodle's starting to move up his guys here. He'll have some nice times with his pistol, assuming he can get his shots off. Gets the CSA officer, but goes down.
Hold here, boys. Hold.
Oh, shift right.
Oh, fuck.
So this is going to be some nice
Shift right,
couple
they're coming
kills
through.
here for Union. CSA will drop down to engage.
There we go, got him.
They should.
Kill him. Don't get too scared. Don't get too scared.
We gotta hold these stairs. Get behind this brick wall. Get
More
behind this brick
Unions
wall.
starting to
Don't
push
out,
up.
Don't push out.
And this is very risky for CSA now. They're turtling back, right, trying to avoid the ticket loss. But by pulling back like you have, it has allowed the Union to push up on your side of the map. And so at some point you're just going to be squeezed in. I don't know how Union was playing so conservative and knocking them down tickets. I mean, you do have some CSA artillery behind the Union here. So I wonder if Union will decide to charge those stairs again or not. I mean, from the overview here, it's pretty obvious that Union outnumbers CSA that are holding up here. There's a lot of holding back. But you have, who is this? Britt pushing his guys up pretty much further. They're using these bushes. And the shade is the biggest thing in terms of cover here. And if we just look at it from the CSA viewpoint here, I mean, you could see the Union guys, but they're silhouetted. It's a lot hard to see kind of a black object in the shade, versus, imagine if there was no shade, you could just see the full outline of their body, like if we go from the Union side here. And although CSA does have some cover, again, you can see that CSA guy's head pretty clearly. The guy to his right, which is in the shade, you can't see. So shade is a very impactful thing in this game. And so it's nice to see groups using that sometimes. CSA actually poked you and MM Festus all the way back on some of these. I don't know if these are caissons or not, the exact word. I know those are in front, but I don't know if these are. I assume they are. They're just attached with the rest of the gear to make a move quickly whenever horses are added to the game. But two CSA companies holding really far back, trying to preserve those tickets. Non-seeing his guys kind of spread out with some artillery. And those CSA tickets are still dropping. And if you're a Union, you don't need to charge. It'll speed things up. It can be a little risky because if Union charges and fails, right, CSA can try to push out to these positions. But at the same time, if Union was able to push them out of these positions originally, even if Union gets wiped, Union could probably force them out here again. The biggest thing would just be, can Union preserve the flags and a charge?
Oh, ouch.
Oh, good arty shot.
Well, man, I'm not gonna lie. They finally did it. I've been waiting for that shot the entire time. Get the flags up full back. Get the flags up full
Now,
There we go. They finally got it.
I'm more of a aggressive officer, if you want to call it that. I like the charging. I kind of wish instead of just holding back, they would try to charge the CSA out there. Now, obviously, we know that they pretty much outnumber CSA, if not or even numbers, which always is good for the attackers, but again, you're winning this shootout right now.
I was hoping you weren't pulling out into the open. That's how you guys moved
And
out there for a second.
the thing is, on pubs, it's going to be hard to turtle effectively like the CSA guys are. Trying to preserve tickets is hard in pubs. On the smaller pop servers, you'll get Rambos out there, and you got to have all officers agreeing on something. But since Union have fallen back, looked like the CSA that were holding back are starting to push forward, and Union's moving on to the point right now. Now, I'm shocked they would move here of all places. CSA is going to have great shots on them. Very spread out CSA as well. Union does have some shade, but it's kind of in the open, so there's going to be great shots for CSA. And Union will cap, which you have 32 minutes on the clock to knock your opponent down a morale stage and a half. Why are you capping the point when you're up half a morale stage? Because if you don't know War of Rights, once Union caps the point, they're going to have to hold it for 12 minutes. It depends on the morale stage of the defenders for what that counterattack timer will be, but for engage, it's 12 minutes. And if the CSA retakes this, they'll go up to the percentage of tickets that the Union's at, meaning CSA is going to regain a half a morale stage, and it looks like Union pulled off the point. So what was the point of capping this? If your argument was, well, you need to stop the black timer, which you have, to whittle down the CSA tickets more, that doesn't make any sense, because you might whittle some CSA tickets down here, but if they retake the point quickly, which they should be doing, like Pop's running out there right now, CSA is going to regain, it looks like, 5/8 of a morale stage, maybe even 3/4 of a morale stage. That was an embarrassing decision. That was a bad decision. Now, obviously, CSA has to take advantage of this and take the point back quickly. If they don't, and allow everyone to lose tickets, then this is a good decision for Union, but yeah, I don't know why CSA is not moving out. But if Pops has been on here for like a minute and he hasn't died, you only need 3 people to cap point. You need to be in at least skirmishing or in formation. You can't be out of line all by yourself.
Flag's down.
This is a poorly officered round
Keep firing.
on both sides. I mean, Union had a great start. You're knocking down the CSA. You're winning the shootout. You don't need to cap the point here, but you did it anyways, which that is just a not great decision. Some may call it dumb, but CSA is not taking advantage of the opportunity to regain tickets. And the reason why I'm so big on this is because CSA is going to regain some tickets when they retake the point, and that's great. But the longer this counterattack goes, Union's going to be losing tickets. Like right there, they just lost a couple. And CSA won't be able to go up as much as they maybe would want to. Because this black timer is stopped right now, and if CSA would have capped the point 2 minutes ago, they would be up at a very high engaged. Instead, if they retook now, they'll be a little over halfway through engaged. Which, it's just those little things that matter. And so now you have great moving out, which within 3 minutes of the counterattack's not bad. I wish it would have happened instantaneously, especially with the Union pulling off like they did. But regardless, CSA is going to regain over half a morale stage here because of that Union cap. Now, I think Union should try to defend this just to bring their tickets down, the Union tickets down, so CSA can't regain as much. But also, the longer you keep the point contested, the longer you're going to bring everyone down. And so I think Union's got to contest this, and they're starting to win. I like that Grape went out, but Union responded. Drywall's coming down, but it's mostly Brits guys who are holding... Actually, that's not Brit. Who is that?
Good wipe.
Grigory Mastukov. So yeah, I like the push out from Union. I appreciate that they're at least contesting it. Because that's my big concern with it, is if Union caps the point and it just goes off it and you just give CSA a bunch of tickets, there's no point. So at this point, you might as well try to hold it for 12 minutes. And outside of Grape's push-up, the whole CSA team is acting like the point isn't capped and is sitting far back.
Oh yeah, when's the next TK?
What you boys talking about?
Event? Company, hold fire and equip bayonets. Hold fire and equip
Looks
bayonets.
like maybe they're gonna go in now, but
We need to
I have a few questions. Is the whole CSA team gonna go in here? Hopefully they've communicated it. Clearly not, at least for Grape's charge, which they're all coming in from their main spawn right now. But now this counterattack is looking very good for Union. Because Union's lost a lot of tickets. Sure, CSA is going to regain a huge chunk, but they will go up to a maybe lower percentage than when they started. It's an okay cap. I don't know. I take that back. It's not a good cap. Because the thing is you don't want to let the CSA get even with you. It's, I don't know. It just seems bad as the attackers when you have so much time and you have such a big lead and you allow the defenders to negate that lead. But you got MM Festus, his guys are pushing up. CSA also pushing up on the left side.
Holy shit.
L formation, L formation.
I think they're probably going to retake it here.
They're in the house and on the left. They're from the house and on the left. Light them up. We're capping.
So Union's starting to pull off here. CSA is going to win this unless Union tries to contest, which they're all having a house party. And CSA is going to regain half a morale stage here. So it's an okay cap. Because you brought the CSA down to a... Is that artillery? Did it shoot through the house? I think so. But you brought CSA down to a lower percentage of tickets than what they were at the beginning of the counterattack, which is good. Obviously, you let CSA tie you in tickets, but you have 31.5 minutes. You've been winning the shootout. You have enough time to shoot them down. Union should just knock them to breaking and then go in for the point. Don't even try to take the point again.
Wait for it. Once they cap this shit, we start lighting them up as soon as they cap.
I like this. Yeah, I like it. All the CSA guys that are dying right now, they are going to instantly regain those tickets in about 5 seconds. So I like that Drywall is telling his guys to hold their fire. And then once they retake... Let's see how this volley is. That's the most depressing thing I think I've ever seen. Except for that guy dying. Yeah. Both sides down to basically taking losses right now.
I should really like get that sound effect, not gonna lie. Ooh, shit.
We're gonna hold this fence right here and shoot them. They're at that house. Get on this fence and start shooting them. They're at the house. Light them up. Light them up. Spread out. Good spread. Good spread. We're gonna shoot probably twice, then fall back because their artillery is gonna zero us. Well, they just shot, and it wasn't at us, so we'll stay here for a bit longer.
Rip that flag bearer. Holy cow, he got yeeted.
It's fine now.
A lot of them on that balcony. Focus fire on that balcony.
And so Union hits CSA down to taking losses. We'll probably see a shootout for the rest of this game.
Reloading, shoot one more time and then fall.
I heard fallback from CSA before I zoomed off.
Oh god, they saw him though.
So it looks like CSA is going to turtle, and I think Union's got to push up again. Obviously, as the attackers, you should attack.
Reform here, reform here, reform here. We need everybody reform for this. Everybody needs to be reformed for this. Alright, boys.
And Union follows suit, going down into taking losses. And now we're officially a third of the way through the match. Looks like the CSA on the CSA right have fallen behind the house. Again, just trying to preserve tickets at this point. CSA should... I don't know. They got to find some way to get a significant ticket lead. That's really the only shot they have. Now, they could try to outshoot Union, which I don't... They haven't been winning this entire time. So, it's likely... It's not likely, rather, that that's going to happen. Forcing Union to cap the point can be another way. But when you try to retake the point at that point, you got to have a very aggressive and full team response to wipe the entire Union efficiently, which that is very hard. It's very hard to do. I've seen it done on pubs, but
It'll be close.
it can be a very hard thing to do. And the coordination from the CSA officers, it doesn't seem they're efficiently communicating with each other. Because, like, we saw Grape charge in for the counterattack, and then Festus charged in on his own later. We haven't seen any really coordinated team effort from the CSA. So Union wanting to keep the pace up, moving a little closer. Great spot again. Obviously, CSA artillery might have them honed in here, but artillery, you shouldn't be worried about artillery. Maybe on a, I mean, what's the server pop? We're up to 190. See, we're going over 40 guys in 20-some minutes. Yeah, I mean, artillery hones you in. It's like 40% of the guys there died, but they'll respawn right back in. So it's artillery is not the worst thing in the world.
I hope our boys move right.
And you can see Union going back to that side that was working so well for them. I don't know if they're going to go all the way around or...
We're going to form in the line with these three.
The Artie.
Maybe charge Artie.
There's a Rambo.
Alright, spread out the line.
Never mind. They're going to sit here like they did last time, take shots, which, again, it works.
Spread it out good, boys. Stay in the shade. Fire at will. Fire at will.
Oop. Artillery has something to say about that. That was a decent artillery shot, but those flag bearers, someone's going to pick it back up, and they're just going to keep this going.
Light them up. They're northeast. They're in the wood line.
And you can
Light 'em
just
up
see
northeast.
in
They're not
the
firing
ticket
back.
amount right
They're
here.
behind that sheet right there. Light up that wood line. They're right. I can see their flags. They're not firing back though. Just keep hitting them. They'll have to return fire. Then we'll see them better.
But you can see the tickets. They're just dropping for CSA already. This shootout already going in Union's favor. CSA, in theory, should turtle to force Union to cap and maybe try to get into a melee. Because we don't know who the superior melee team is yet for this match. As there's been no significant charge, it looks like Union's getting beat up too much on this side to fall back.
Alright, they're retreating, they're retreating. They don't want that smoke, they don't want that smoke. They're retreating. Alright, we're moving to the right, we're moving to the right. We're gonna pressure, we're gonna pressure that little area. And lead off, going down, I'm gonna pressure.
You're moving down.
And Union's actually charging on the far side here. Sorry, it was uploading the War of Rights Mythbusters video. So that is now up, which is always nice. See a longer form video that you spent some time on finished, but Drywall's pushed up his guys, trying to keep up the pace. Union on the right side also pushing forward as well. Union taking a fair amount of casualties, though. I don't know where the flag is for Drywall.
Sir, I killed him.
Okay.
I don't know where their flag is, but Pops is getting some kills there. Union on the right side, pushing up to the spot, and they are capping. Britt needs to make sure his guys do not cap. You don't want CSA regaining tickets
can do better. We can do better. We can do better.
Britt, I don't like the cap. You're barely ahead on tickets. You don't want to give a CSA an opportunity to charge you out and potentially hit you the last time. Why are you capping?
Left. Maybe left. No, wait. No, just a few rounds.
They're gonna cap.
Alright, we're pushing it up. We're pushing it up. We're pushing it up. Jeez, that's why we're pushing it up. We're gotta get out of artillery range. Let's go. Push it up. Push it up. To the gap. To the gap.
Huzzah! Here we go.
Now, you could see some of the, at least, drywalls, like why we cap. That is a... You're up by tickets on Union at this point. You don't want to give the CSA a chance to tie you on tickets at this late into the game, because when the match kind of gets close to the end, if both sides hit their last stage at approximately the same time... Good shot from artillery. That was a great shot from artillery. Right as infantry charges in too, that's great. But you're letting CSA regain some tickets, and that shootout lead you just had is completely negated.
Keep pushing, go, 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 keep pushing.
And when you get to the late game, if both sides have the same amount of tickets, obviously it's going to favor the attacker still when both sides hit their last stage, but you need a bigger buffer.
No, don't recap.
The bigger buffer as the attacker, the better. Having it dead even can make the match very close, and it can cause the attackers to make desperate decisions, which can cause them to lose when they shouldn't. So I hate this cap.
I've heard great tales of your Pokemon collection.
I know where they are. You see that stone wall way up there?
And Grape is going to retake. Now, what CSA should be trying to do is Union's considered the defending team. So Union can go in the last stand, and Confederates will hit the attackers' last stand and final push. If the Confederates push the Union into the last stand, which you only have to knock them down a fourth, 1 1/4 morale stage in 5 minutes, it's definitely possible. Especially with how aggressive the Union is. But if they knocked you in the last stand, they could cap and win. I don't know if CSA is going to be able to hold out for the rest of the match, because Union's charging in here, Drywall's charging his guys in here. I don't mind it, just because it's going to bring Union tickets down. If Union hits breaking, that means CSA is probably going to go up to breaking, meaning Union can instantly cap and win. Also, if Union just holds us for 4.5 minutes, they'll outright win the game. So Drywall's guys are holding. I don't know. CSA's not acting as a team, though. That's the thing. Grape went in. The rest of the team did not. Especially when they had plenty of time to do it. And now they're going into the point. So Union's rushing down right.
Get the flag, get the flag.
Get out, get out.
So Drywall's pulling out his guys here. I like the decision. You know, you don't want to risk losing the flag. Also, these Union guys that are straggling behind, I would normally think that's a terrible thing with these guys who are dying out of line, causing Union to lose tickets, meaning CSA won't be able to regain as many tickets. You do have Brit pulling up to the right side here. And they're throwing shots into their side, which I almost wish they weren't shooting the CSA here. Because all the guys they're killing, those tickets are going to be regained almost instantly. So they like Drywall was doing earlier, hold your shots and then shoot into CSA once they retake the point. What are they talking about? It's almost deserved. So both sides at high breaking with CSA retaking. Tickets are now even. Now again, despite the cap, Union will still probably win this game. They've been winning the shootout. They got 23 minutes to shoot Confederates down the last stand, and they will probably get a ticket lead on that. But because the Confederates are now at breaking, it could be possible Union charges, and we'll see how a mass team charge works. This Union force up front has a few guys. Most are kind of rallied back of that house, probably spawning in at main.
We're moving back. We're moving back. Darty is too good. Move back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Artie's too good. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Pull it back, gentlemen. Pull it back. Hand back. Let's go.
And so, with Union falling back, hopefully they reform a little bit more. We'll try while seeing back here.
Let's go. Double quick right, let's go. Push in, push in, push in.
Let's go, Company A. We're shifting right.
Drywall is going to shift right. He was putting stuff in text chat to go right. And it looks like the Noodle is at least going to follow here.
If the flag's in front of you, you're doing something wrong, boys.
I wouldn't say that, but you shouldn't have capped there. That's kind of fucked up.
Yep.
Shot his dumbass.
Right here. Light him up, light him up, light him
So
up.
Drywall's pushing up. You do have some CSA getting close, trying to engage, but Union is on point right now. Cap is starting to go in their favor right now.
My guys stay here and shoot. Hopefully the other companies push up.
It's a lot of assuming. Hopefully they should.
One charge away.
And it looks like they're starting to push around the right now. Union winning that point. You have about a company on there. Again, why is half the Union team not pushing up the point? The charge on point isn't going to go in CSA's favor because Union's outnumbered, but why are all those guys in the back shooting and not on point engaging with CSA? Obviously, this ticket swing is in CSA's or Union's favor, but still. Are they going to now start charging in? Why would you now start charging in? I don't know why you didn't stay up there, because that Union's flag has been down for 15-20 seconds. That's another 4 or 5 guys you could be getting in by now. So on this right side, Union's held. They're winning pretty well. Tickets in Union's favor. Cap is going in CSA's favor, though. And the Union is going to sit back and just keep the shoot on. They can do it. They're up by a third of a morale stage here, and you actually have some charging here from the guys on the right.
Hey, no tax evade.
And this is going to really drive down CSA tickets with how aggressive they're pushing here. And I mean, there's a lot of spread out CSA here as well.
Redmond's already wide. Now we're gonna get wide. Hope I'm turning around.
And this is why sometimes in war rights, one officer can really change a thing for a team. Because I don't get that cap from Brett. I don't get it. I mean, in the end, Union's going to win this. But it was not a clean or dominant win by any means.
Fuck this.
Keep firing, Jordan. Keep
Hey,
on the
drywall
fire.
charged the right. You might be able to push the
Hey,
center.
we're getting
And they
on
took
point.
the right.
Get on
Let's go for the
Get
point.
on
Point is open. Let's
Push
go.
in, push in, push in, push in. Take
So they're going to charge right up on point. Yeah, you got a third of a morale stage up on them right now.
Hold on the fence. Hold on the fence. Hit the fire.
That's it. Easy. Take the fence.
Hit the fire. Kill them, boys. Easy win, boys. Easy.
And CSA will hit last stand any second. You can see some of them starting the counter charge here.
Shoot 'em up. Coming on our left,
They're just
coming on our
desperately
left.
trying to hold the
Raise,
point,
raise.
but I don't think they're going to be
Keep
able
killing,
to.
boys. Keep killing. Keep shooting.
You have some Union trickling up the right side. That's going to distract a fair amount. I think this is really going to be the end of the video. At least it should, because all the CSA guys, once they die, they don't come back. You have a lot of CSA just wanting to sit back and shoot right now, which if Union has all 3 flags up here, Union's spawning in 3 guys every 5 seconds right now, which shooting was down fine and all, but they're just going to be able to outpace you. And this was a CSA mistake. They probably weren't going to win anyways, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So, well done to Union. They outshot CSA, and that's really what won them the day, despite the numerous caps, which you could describe as unnecessary. I mean, Union probably could have won this by at least a morale stage, maybe a morale and a half to 2 morale stages, if they would have not capped it all. But regardless, a win is a win. That's all that really matters. For CSA, I think they're just officers were doing different things. It's not like CSA played really poor, but they didn't do great. And on the smaller pop servers, which what do we get up to? 206 by the end. You kind of got to play exceptional, and CSA did not have that. I mean, one of the officers, Grape, was charging his guys into point. And then some other CSA groups went in after, which following a bad plan as a team is a lot better than following a good plan by yourself. So that's the unfortunate lesson of War of Rights. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. We have our Patreon in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. But besides that, we will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.